gentle yoga class. Let me know if you can see me and hear me by typing action. And take a few minutes to set yourself up. Get your yoga props, your mat, blocks. Welcome. Take some time to set yourself up, getting your mat, blocks, strap, bolster. If you don't have yoga props at home, you can use what you do have, grabbing a pillow, a towel. For blocks, you could use books or some small boxes. So take a few minutes just to set yourself up. And would you let me know in the comments, somebody type in if you can hear me okay and if you can see me okay. Welcome, we're just setting up. So get everything you need. I'll show you my space. I have my blanket, my mat, my blocks, strap, bolster. If you don't have your yoga props at home, you can use what's in the house. A scarf, a belt can be used for a strap. Great. So hey Cassandra, hey Ken, hey Kat, hey Michelle, thank you for letting me know you can see me and hear me. So we're just going to give a couple more people a minute to join. Welcome, this is Joy Ruben with Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. This is gentle yoga. So we'll be taking it easy, taking our time. Another minute, just one more minute for people to get set up. Good. So make sure you have everything you need, that you're comfy, you're cozy, you're in a spot where you feel good in your house. Maybe you have a glass of water or tea. Great. So we're going to get started, just starting in a comfortable seated position. So you can sit on a folded blanket, a cushion, a pillow, a folded towel, whatever feels okay. Your legs can be crossed in easy pose, or if that doesn't feel good, you can try just stretching them out to an easy V. Once your legs feel comfortable, let them settle. Let your hands rest down towards your lap. And then let your eyes close. And as your eyes close, begin to feel the flow of your breath. So no need to change your breath or control it, instead allowing it. And we'll start for a few moments like this, not rushing into anything else, but instead connecting with the breath. Notice how your breath feels in your body. And as you breathe, see if each inhalation can fill up your belly. Can you breathe deep down into your belly? As you continue to breathe, listen for the sound your breath makes. Can you hear it? And if you can hear it, can you meditate on that sound for the next? may sound like an ocean wave or the wind through the trees. Breathe into your belly and hear the sound your breath makes. And as you breathe naturally, lastly, just notice what you're coming in with. Notice what you're bringing in terms of your body, how your body feels. Notice what you're coming in with in terms of your energy, the quality of your energy. Notice what you're coming in with in the realm of your mind, mentally, thoughts. And in gentle yoga, that's all okay as it is. And we have the breath to ground us and carry us, letting those other things be there, the body, the energy, the mind, but not attaching to them. Instead, grounding into the breath. Good. So we'll move now, starting to loosen up. Really easy. You're going to start with gentle head circles. Focus on the tip of your nose, drop your chin down, and then begin to draw circles into the air in front of your face. Just breathing naturally as you roll your head. Allow yourself to linger over any spots that need or want extra attention. And then begin to circle your head in the other direction. Start small and slow, so you give yourself a chance to tune into your body. And as you lift your head, experiment with opening your mouth, opening your jaw to create more release. Shoulders heavy. Good. One more head circle. And take your chin back down to your chest and lift your head all the way up to neutral. Take your fingers down towards the floor so your arms have more space to move, and just begin some easy circles back with the shoulders. Just warming up and loosening up. Take a couple deep breaths like that with me, inhaling and really letting go through an open mouth. And relax the shoulders. Bring the hands back towards the thighs. You're going to turn the torso towards your right knee. And then as you inhale, swoop your torso forward and around. Exhale, coming back and around. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And we're going to just stick with this for a few moments, letting our bodies warm up into this motion. And when you're ready, begin to go in the other direction, bringing your breath so that you inhale when you come forward and around, exhale when you come back and around. Breathing through your nostrils if you can. If your nose is clogged or that's just not comfortable, feel free to breathe through your mouth. Breathing through the nose can be a little more calming and create a little bit more focus. And come back to center. If your legs are crossed like mine, just switch them so the other is in front. And we'll move into some seated cat and cow. So as you inhale, take your heart forward, chin extends, elbows bend back, and then as you exhale, round your spine behind you, straighten out your arms, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale through the nose, the heart comes forward, chin comes forward. Exhale through the nose, round your spine behind you, tuck your chin down. Good, and we're gonna keep going just like that between seated cow and seated cat, moving at your own pace with your own breath, feeling your breath, hearing your breath. You can move as quickly or slowly as you like. Just make sure you're checking in with your body that it feels good. All right, and come back to seated neutral. If your legs are crossed, we're going to open them to a soft V. So allow your legs to acclimate. Take your hands onto your knees and just give a little rub. And so you know I won't be playing music on my end today, so if you love having music, feel free to play it in your home and have it as we practice. Now flex the feet, toes to the sky, and then point the feet, toes push away from your body. Good. Flex, just waking up the feet and the legs. Point. And flex. Point. One more time. We'll flex and point. Good. And bring the feet to neutral, and just one last movement to wake up the legs a little, bounce in the knees, a little shake. Yeah. Good. So we'll start a little bit of breath and flow here. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, come over towards your left side, reaching as you side bend. Inhale to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Center, exhale over. And we'll stay with this for another few moments so you have the chance to go deeper into your body with it, deeper into your breath. And because we stay with it for a few moments, you can invite your body to explore, to open, to deepen rather than forcing it, moving with breath. Good. And come up to center on your inhalation. Exhale, relax the arms down. Take the fingertips in front of you towards the space between your legs. Inhale, sitting tall here, and as you exhale, take your belly towards the floor, keeping your spine long. Walk your hands out as far as you feel comfortable. Flex your feet, toes to the sky, and we'll just settle in here to a wide leg seated fold for a few rounds of breath. Make any tiny adjustments to be more comfortable. can close your eyes if you like and deepen into the pose, into sensation, into breathing, noticing, watching, allowing. And crawl your hands back in, sitting up to neutral. Take your hands to the outside of your legs again. We're going to move into another flow, warming and stretching the spine. Inhale, arms come up to center. Exhale, twisting to one side, one arm down in front, one arm down and back. Inhale to center, flex your feet. Exhale, twist over in the other direction. One arm down in front, one arm down and back. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, pull your belly in and twist. Starting your twist each time from your belly. Inhale, center. Exhale, pull your belly in. Start twisting from your belly up to your ribs, shoulders, neck, head, eyes. Inhale, center. Good. So I'll let you keep going at your own pace for a little bit, a few moments, to find your own rhythm, moving with breath. And as you move, explore where or how you can relax and soften. Your next inhalation, come to center, and as you exhale, relax your arms out and down. Take the soles of your feet to press together. Pull them in towards your body, holding on to your shins, ankles, or feet, and we'll just start a soft flutter. Yeah, a little bit of movement. Okay. And then relax that flutter. Take hold. Maybe it's the soles of your feet. It might be the ankles or the shins. If you can get to the soles of your feet, go ahead and grab there. Inhale, sitting tall, and then on an exhalation with a nice long spine, come forward. Again, belly comes towards the floor. You can use your forearms and your elbows to gently press into your lower legs. Turning your gaze downward, feeling your breath. Settle into this pose and hold here for a few breath cycles. So anytime we hold a pose like this, you're welcome to close your eyes. It can sometimes help create a deepening, a deeper connection to body, to breath, to awareness. Good. And then come all the way up. Push your feet out a little bit further from your body so you have a wider diamond shape in front of you. We're going to come down again, but instead of a long spine, this time we'll be rounding our back into turtle pose. So take your hands and tuck them underneath your shin and ankle area. Your palms can face the sky. And once that's done, you're going to round your spine, tuck your head, tuck your chin down, and allow your spine to be like the shell of a turtle. And we'll hold here in turtle pose for a few rounds of breath. Feel your breath. Hear your breath. Good. And then take your time to roll out of that pose. We're going to transition to hands and knees. So now's the time to get your blanket or your towel, or even your pillow, whatever you're working with. We're going to use it under our knees. Great. Once that's set, come into hands and knees with your knees on whatever cushion you're using, and then take your knees wide apart towards the edges of your mat. We're going to just rest down into a wide-legged child's pose. So your feet are touching, your knees are wide, bring your hips back near the heels of your feet, stretch your arms out in front, bring your forehead to the mat, and rest for a few breaths in child's pose. If it's not comfortable to stretch your arms forward, it can be nice to make a pillow with your hands. So do whatever feels comfortable for you. We'll just stay here for a breath or two more, grounding, settling. Good. Now come on up to hands and knees, and line your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. Fingers spread wide. Good. Tops of the feet into the mat. You're going to inhale, drop your belly down, lift your chin into cow pose, and then as you exhale, push into with the padding of your hands, arch your back, hang your head in cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly down, lift your chin in cow pose. Exhale, push into your hands, arch your back, hang your head in cat. And just a few more. Go between the two poses at your own pace with your own breath. Good. Now come to neutral spine. Walk your hands out in front, just about one hand width, not very far. Tuck your toes under. I'm going to take you into a gentle downward facing dog. If you don't want that, go right back to child's pose where we just were. If you do want the downward facing dog, toes are tucked. Push into your hands, lift your knees off the mat. Keep them a little bit bent for now. Hips are high, head is heavy, and just find your breath here. Feel free to move if you want, pedaling the legs or rocking the hips, swaying the head. Just another breath or so here. Good. And then softly bring the knees back down, wide apart to the edges of the mat, feet touch, and we're going to come back into the wide-legged child's pose, either reaching the arms far out in front or making a pillow with your hands. So from child's pose, we're going to come all the way up to standing. Come up to standing any way that feels safe and comfortable for your body. Good. We're going to just loosen up standing before we move into our standing poses. Take your legs underneath you and find a Tadasana mountain pose base. So your ankle bones are straight under your knees, then your thigh bones run straight up into your pelvis. And we'll allow our legs to ground and just rest, support us there. Movement comes into the wrists, just circling. Good. So now that you're standing, reconnect with your breath, feeling your breath as it moves your body. Just check your knees. Allow them to have a soft bend, not locked out straight. Roll the wrists the other way. And just notice, take a look around. Just notice what's around you in your space. To take it in, to be present. Okay, so relax the wrists down, shoulders again, like before, roll a little bit. Relax the shoulders, bend the knees, and take your hands to your thighs. So not pressing on your knees, really on your thighs, and not pressing, just resting them. You're going to circle the knees, both soft and easy in one direction. Good, and other direction. Come to stand. Take one foot, lifting the heel, coming to the toe of that foot. We're going to just circle. Circle one ankle around, keeping connection with the floor. Yes, and circle the other way. Good. Ground that foot into the other side, just circling, loosening. And the other way. Take your feet a little bit wider now, a little bit wider than the outside of your hips. Arms dangle, heavy, and the movement's going to come from the core of the body with just a little twisting from one side to the other, and allow your arms to just move as a result of the twist coming from the center of your body. All right, and soften that down. Good. So we're going to move a little bit here standing. So up near the front of your mat, come back to a stable base, but this time bring your feet together so the insides of your feet are touching as you stand tall. Roll your shoulders back, turn your palms front, and stretch your fingers towards the earth. Relax your shoulders down. Either close your eyes or find something to focus on with your gaze. And we'll just breathe here for a moment in mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel your feet on your mat or your floor. Feel the connection. And just notice energy running from your feet up your legs, through your pelvis, your belly, back, rib cage, your neck, back of your head, the top of your head. Connected your whole body, even the top of your head, connected to your feet in that way, with the energy running straight up. Good. So we're going to move with breath. Inhale, bend your knees, drop your backside down and back, reach your arms forward, palms face each other. Exhale, come back to Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Inhale, drop your backside down, bend your knees, reach your arms forward. Exhale and come to stand. Good, so we're going to flow like that a little bit. Inhale, coming down into chair pose. And then exhale, standing back to mountain pose. Yeah, so a few more at your own pace. Good. Finding your fluidity. That chair pose is challenging, but it doesn't have to be rigid as you move with breath. And let's just do one more. Coming back to your center. Step your left foot back. and then turn towards your left. All 10 toes facing the left side, the long edge of your mat. Inhale here at center, and then as you exhale, take a tiny bend in your knees and start to fold forward to a wide-legged standing fold. Hands reach for the floor or for your blocks as you just settle in for a few rounds of breath. Head hangs heavy. See where your hands feel comfortable. You can line the tips of your fingers up with the tips of your toes. You could line your wrists under your shoulders. You could reach your arms far out in front, like a wide leg, down dog almost. See what feels good. Just another moment will be here. Good. And then eyes open, bend your knees a tiny little bit, take your hands to your thighs and come up with a flat back. So once you're standing, start to rotate your right leg 90 degrees towards the front of your mat. Good. Back leg is strong and straight. Hips, chest facing in the direction of the long edge of your mat. Start to take a 90-degree bend into your right knee. Knee goes right over ankle, so you may need to widen or shorten your stance. And then once you're ready, the arms expand and the gaze comes to look over the middle finger of your right hand. Find your breath in Warrior Two, grounding through your feet, lifting through your spine, your torso. Good. And relax your arms. So, your blanket's on your mat, hopefully from before, and you may not need it if it's not, so don't worry, but we're going to take the weight into the front thigh and just softly flip the back heel up and gently lower the back knee down. So we're in a kneeling warrior. Bring the hands to the heart center in prayer pose. You also could reach them to the sky if you prefer. So we'll hold here for a few more breaths, finding a place to focus your gaze, a soft gaze. And if you feel really great in the kneeling warrior, then just hold it there. If you'd like to come up to a high lunge, bring your weight forward, supported by your front leg. Lift your back knee. The back heel is lifted. And then arms again come either back to prayer pose at the heart or up towards the sky. Just a few breaths. Good. And then whether you're in a high lunge or a low warrior, we're going to all come back to mountain pose, to Tadasana. So as you're ready, step your back foot up, feet are parallel, rolling the shoulders back, palms face forward, relax the shoulders, and close your eyes if it feels safe for your balance. Reconnect with breath. Good. So we're going to step the right leg back this time. So the right leg steps back, and just like before, turn towards the right side of your mat. All 10 toes facing to the right long edge of your mat. Inhale, standing, and exhale, tiny bend in the knees, coming forward. Hands to the floor or to your blocks or whatever you're using as blocks, and settle in. Fingertips can be in line with tips of toes. You could support yourself with wrists under shoulders. You could reach your fingertips far out in front, a little bit like a downward facing dog, or any other variation that feels good for you. We'll stay just for a few more rounds of breath. Good. And then eyes open, bend your knees a tiny little bit, take your hands towards your thighs and lift with a flat back all the way to stand. We'll just take a moment here to orient to standing, finding breath, feeling grounded. Good. So this time it's the left leg that starts to rotate 90 degrees. 90-degree bend comes into that left leg. When you're ready, arms lift and expand into warrior two. The back leg is strong, rooted to the earth. Shoulders are over hips. Breath is flowing, even though it's a more challenging pose. Allow your breath to continue to flow. Good. Like before, relax your arms down. Take the weight into your front thigh a little bit, enough so your back leg is free, and spin the back heel up and then softly lower that back knee down. Good. So coming into that kneeling warrior, hands either at the heart or up towards the sky for a few rounds of breath. Finding a point for your eyes to focus on, feeling your breath in your body, breathing deeply into the belly, hearing the sound of your breath. So now, if you like the kneeling warrior, stay. If you prefer to come into a high lunge, shift your weight forward to the front leg, and when you're ready, as you're ready, lift the back knee. Hips stay low. Good. And if you're coming into high lunge, you decide, do you like your hands in prayer pose at the heart? Do you like to take them high? What feels good? Just another moment with these warriors and lunges. Finding some fire today, fire through the body, through the breath. Great. So no matter what version you're in, we're all going to come towards mountain pose to Tadasana. Great. So once you get to mountain pose, just shake it out. Shake it out, shimmy it out, letting go of the warriors, the lunges. Okay, so we'll take a tree pose next. You may feel good coming to your wall, or the edge of a sturdy table, and you may feel good without the support, but set yourself up so you feel comfortable. And once you've done that, come into mountain pose through your legs. Take your hands to prayer. You're going to shift the weight onto one leg. Feel it rooted. On the other leg, lift your heel, rotate that whole leg out to the side, and then connect your lifted heel to your standing ankle. So this is tree pose. Simple, grounded tree pose. I invite you from here to make any modifications you might want. You might enjoy lifting the foot higher, but don't put your foot against your knee because we don't want to injure the knee. And arms, you might like to explore another variation, which is fine, which is great. So explore what you feel good doing in this tree pose for a few rounds of breath. And stay mindful of your experience as you start to come out of tree pose. When we practice, the whole journey is important, not just hurrying to get to and from a destination. Being present the whole journey. Coming back to that mountain pose base, feet parallel, ankles, the bones run up to the knees, up the thighs to the pelvis. We're going to shift the weight. It's the other leg that becomes strong and sturdy now. On the free floating leg, the heel lifts. Rotate that leg out to the side and connect the lifted heel to the standing ankle. Hands come to prayer. And from here, you can adjust any way you like, or just stay in this variation. Eyes on a still point. Mind focusing on the breath. And think about a beautiful tree. One you know and love personally, or one from your imagination. Just picture it, sort of conjure it, a tree you love. And maybe think about what that tree can offer or teach. Like a willow maybe teaches being flexible and reaching out for what you need. An oak maybe teaches being firm and sturdy and dependable. So whatever tree you're thinking of, maybe just be open to wondering what that tree can offer or teach. And then staying present, back down to neutral. Good. So come up near the front of your mat. Take the feet to Tadasana base. Start to lift the arms towards the sky, and then the lift doesn't stop there. Lift through the sternum. Lift as if your breastbone is trying to reach the ceiling. And then back to center. Bend your knees pretty deeply to come all the way down and touch the floor. And we're going to come down onto hands and knees. Sitting down to one side, you can sweep your blanket off your mat so you can stretch your legs out in front of you. Great. So with legs out in front, come up near the front edge of your mat so your heels are right against it. Great. And then bend your knees, holding the fronts of your knees. Now squeeze the knees and the thighs in towards one another. And we're in just a really soft boat pose, sitting up tall. So the inclination could be to slouch and take the work out of the core muscles, but we want to work the core muscles. So we try to sit up nice and tall, squeezing the thighs together. Hands can stay on the legs, or you can reach them out in front. We're just going to stay for another moment, not too long at all. Good. Then stretch the legs straight out, feet flex. Inhale, sit up tall. And then exhale, take your belly towards your thighs. Relax your hands wherever they want to ground. It could be onto the mat, could be onto your shins. It could be reaching forward for your feet or toes. So we're going to take a few breaths here in a seated forward fold. Nice long spine. Sit back up to neutral. We're going to do that again. The feet come flat on the floor, knees bend, thighs and knees press together, sitting up tall. Either hold to your legs or stretch your arms out in front. Sitting up tall as can be, lifting through the heart. Few breaths. Good. Stretch your legs out in front. Feet flex. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, palm forward with a flat back. Belly towards thighs. Hands can rest on the mat, on your legs, on your feet. A few moments here, and see if you can invite your body to soften into the pose, meaning just be in the pose, be with your breath, let your body be, and be open to any softening, releasing that might happen. Great. We come back just to sit at neutral. We're going to come onto our backs, a few poses there, and then rest. So if you want to put on socks or a sweatshirt, go ahead and do that. And then just keep your props near you. You may want them as we come into some of the poses on our back. And when you're ready, just come flat onto your back, on your mat, and we're going to rest for a moment here without doing anything else. So let your body go, the weight of your bones and your muscles. Again, notice what you see wherever you are. It's a different orientation. How does your ceiling look? All right. So we'll start some of our movement here, not too much before we rest in Shavasana. Start by hugging your right knee in towards your belly. Flex your feet and breathe as you continue to pull your right thigh in against the right side of your torso. And while you're here, if you want to bring some movement into the right foot, go ahead, maybe flexing and pointing, maybe circles or something else. Great. And then go ahead and extend your right leg up to the sky, flexing through both feet, and grab a hold of your right leg wherever you want, wherever you can. It might be around the calf, it might be the back of the thigh. You may reach up and grab your big toe. So the idea is you should keep your shoulders and head heavy. So if you're reaching too far that, oh, you're coming off the mat with your shoulders, just keep it easy, grab for your thigh, or take your strap around your foot into your hands. A few more breaths here. Great. And then relax your right leg. Keep it, see if you can keep it straight, foot flexed, and with control, lower it all the way back down. And once both legs are down, just notice how your body feels, any difference between the legs in terms of sensation. My right leg feels a little longer than my left. Starting on the left side, we're going to flex both feet, hug the left knee in towards the belly, pushing your left thigh against the left side of your torso, feet flexed, shoulders and head heavy. And if you like movement in your left foot, left ankle, bring it in. Maybe flexing and pointing, maybe circles. Just trust your body. Great. We're going to go into the extension. Use your strap if you want it. So lifting the left leg towards the sky and holding where it feels comfortable. Might be the big toe, the shin, the thigh. It might be the strap around the foot. A few breaths here. And then see, with feet flexed, left leg straight, if you can lower all the way back down to the ground. Using control, taking your time. Good. So bend your knees, take your feet off the floor, take your knees to a 90-degree angle. Outstretch your arms from your shoulders like a letter T, and let your legs drop down to one side, all the way either to the floor or to a blanket, a bolster, a block, if the floor feels too deep of a stretch. And either look up towards the ceiling or turn your head away from your knees if it feels okay. Shoulders are heavy, arms are heavy, body is heavy. Just letting go into being and breath. Bring your head to center. Sweep your knees up to center and let them drop all the way over to the other side, finding the ground, or make yourself more comfortable using a prop if it helps. And the head can look straight up to the ceiling or turn your head away from your knees to deepen the stretch. Letting your weight go. And then take your head to center. If it is not, bring your knees back to center. Take your hands onto your knees. Pull your knees in. Lift your forehead towards your knees, making yourself a tiny little ball. And then relax your shoulders and head back down. Circle your knees in one direction, massaging your lower back to the mat. And circle the other direction. Come to center. Bring your feet onto the floor and start to make yourself comfortable for resting pose, for Shavasana corpse pose. So it can feel nice. Put your pillow or your bolster or a rolled up blanket behind your knees. You might put a pillow behind your head. Take a blanket and tuck yourself in. We'll just rest for a few moments. So get cozy, comfy. Close your eyes. See if there's anything you're missing. A pillow, a blanket. And then once you are all tucked in, as comfortable as can be, see if you can let the weight of your body go even more. Let go of holding. Let go of working. And soften the muscles of your forehead. Relax your eyeballs back into their sockets. Unclench your jaw. Make your shoulders heavy, letting go. And send that heaviness down your arms to your elbows. And down your arms to your wrists and hands. Soften your rib cage. Soften your belly. Relax your lower back. Let go of the weight of your pelvis, heavy. And send that heaviness down your thighs, to your knees, down your shins and calves, to your ankles and the soles of your feet. Let your whole body be heavy. And as you rest, just imagine your whole body surrounded by a shimmering white light, a healing light, beautiful, sparkling. Visualize it surrounding your whole body. And as you rest here, say to yourself with me, may I be well, happy, and peaceful. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. And then say with me as you rest, may all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. And as you relax, start to notice the sounds around you, the sounds in the room you're in, your home, maybe even hearing sounds outside. Notice sound. And feel your body where it's touching down against the floor or props. And notice where the air is touching your skin. Begin to move again. You might wiggle fingers and toes, or it might feel good to have a full body stretch, really big. Begin to move again however it feels good for you. And roll to one side into fetal position. Pause there, just nourishing yourself. And being kind to yourself, feeling your grace come to sit again in an easy way, in an easy pose. And once you're seated, I'll invite you to bring your hand, one on the chest directly and the other on top. And I invite you to Om with me 3 times. Om from yoga tradition from India, representing all things being connected. And then palms pressed together. Thank you everyone for joining me today on Facebook Live. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great day. And so long as we're in quarantine, I will be having gentle yoga on Sundays on Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness Facebook Live, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for joining. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Drink water and take good care of yourselves. And I'll see you soon. Bye.